It's just very small, all the choices, the selections of what you put into the clay pot, and then this amazing contraption. It's just blazing hot. It's just right here on the corner, and it just perfectly fits the kind of vibe that you are looking for when you're out on a chilly morning and you just want something so hot, so warming. This is just amazing. So Lee and I were just passing by. We didn't have a plan. We were on the lookout for something to eat this morning, and we were just seduced by the beauty of this corner right here. So sha guo is the name of the pot, and fan is rice. But this is a Guilin version of this clay pot rice, and it's even Guilin rice. So this husband and wife couple, they are just holding it down. This is just so beautiful. I just appreciate how much heat her hands can handle. She's not wearing gloves, she just has one towel, 12 rice pots. They're all different. The way that you do it is you choose 3, and it's 13 renminbi for 3 selections. She puts it over the rice, she takes care of it for you, and when it's done, she brings it to the table. So let's go see if I can order without Lee helping me. I'm gonna try today. They're just so friendly. I love this. So not that people haven't been friendly to me, but sometimes it's like they're scared of what I'm gonna say. But this couple, they were just smiling immediately. And the husband, he's like, yo, I want you to know this is all local. Even all the ingredients are from right here, including the rice, and it's fresh rice. That's just awesome to hear. Last night, I learned a new word. Niang is something stuffed. So tofu niang. So I'm gonna order that one first. Suan suan. Tofu niang, 然后 suan suan. Last is 最后肠子腊肠吗? Now I'm asking for help. I'm cheating already. Is that what you would like? 鸭脖. Wow. 放哪个杯子吗？放哪个碗？碗对，放碗里面。So I'm not being impolite. Actually, I need to learn a little bit to be more assertive. I'm using my Thai manners here. In China, you will just forever be at the end of the line if you don't just go for it. So I'm not being impolite. I just cut that lady off. She smiled. So over here, they do have a takeout counter, but you can also add yours into these bowls that they have. So this is awesome. It's like a squash or it's pumpkin. Okay. This over here, by the way, is free. Once you've ordered your dish, you can feel free to come here. Yeah, our dishes are cooking, so let's make some selections. All this being free with your meal, that's like a great price. Man. Okay, it's almost done. Let's check out our rice again. The way they balance the clay pots. I can imagine if I was trying to do that, within one attempt, I would knock over half of the pots. 我的老婆帮我，我说腐竹，然后鱼干，是吗？然后我的茄子和腊肉，这里。这个腊肉。哦。啊。这个腊肉。腊肉。
它要有这个是什么？
血肠。
Okay.
The black sausage.
Wow. Okay.
That's awesome.
This one.
加那个。
2 of the 腊肠.
哦，血肠的 black sausage.
血肠.
这边有哪个啦？好吧，它有2个的吧？
有2层血肠。
Okay, so I guess if you wanted to try and make this recipe at home, you do need a clay pot. I don't think a metal pot is going to cut it. But you get it on the heat, and this is a propane source. Once it's about halfway done, you pour off the water. You're going for a very dry rice, so you don't let the rice soak in all the water that you've put in. Then you throw in all the dish. Then you cover the pot, you keep all that heat in, and then you put it on the fire again. And it looks to be about 10 more minutes. So this looks like they cook it for about 5 minutes, pour off the water, put in the dish, and the dishes are pre-cooked, so they're basically just reheating. These are fried dishes, fried meats, so they all have some oil and fat that's gonna soak down into that rice. Man, yeah, and it's just a continuous process. It's so beautiful to sit here and watch. I just love it. Okay, and as I'm watching, there's one more thing to notice. The back burners are all higher heat, the front burners are medium heat, But if he wants like a low heat, he will turn the rice pot around or move it up on top of that edge. So this would be like low heat setting right there. See that? So maybe he's still cooking or maybe just keeping him warm. Yeah, and he really is focused. He's great at his job. He can smile and talk to me at the same time. But he's monitoring the heat in each of these clay pots because all the recipes inside are different. The coolest street food is always the one that comes from like ancient traditional recipes and they've like made a slightly modern version. That is just my favorite. Oh man, what kind of oil is that?
卤水 is not oil.
Oh,
那你看一下
gotcha.
说话的美女这个萝卜。
Navigate the tables here for a minute. Oh, this is so cool. Lee, okay, 2 times on this trip so far, I've just been like maximum stoked with the dish that we found. One was that Guangdong morning breakfast. We had no plan, we were just out walking. You remember the unmarked restaurant? And then this one. Because all the food that we go out to eat is like famous and spectacular. Honestly, it's like worth the trip just to eat those foods. They are delicious beyond compare. But for me, it is more about the tradition mixed with the flavors. It's like the feeling of the restaurant. And so when we're out without a plan and it just feels like a magical discovery. We drove around for about an hour this morning and just didn't feel right about some other places. And this one, it was just like immediate. And I love that. So when the vibe like kicks off straight away when you're out on the street and you're just like drawn into a place, for me, that is it. And so many places that I've visited, so many countries, the special memories that I have are from like a very normal dish. Even if we've eaten like a very expensive, very beautiful, spectacular dish, I love this even more. This smells amazing. Man, it's a good day. And I haven't even eaten any of the dish yet. Man. Okay, so I got my chopsticks and spoon. Because the thing about the clay pot is it cooks like really crispy, crunchy, crispified to the edges of the pot. And that is key, actually. Some people love that part. Some people, that's their favorite part. So on top, oh, the ingredients are so beautiful. I don't actually want to mix it around. So let's just open a space so you can see that rice. See how the rice is like very dry rice? Man, it's so awesomely hot. Yeah, the morning is a little bit chilly.
He said it's the best Guilin rice.
I believe him. So I thought that was just 腊肉, but it's actually 腊, the sausage. 血肠. Yeah, not 腊肠, 血肠. So blood sausage. Wow. And the way they fry it is just with garlic and the green peppers. Oh man, it smells amazing. So, oh yes. You just can't do better than this. For breakfast, or for any time of day. The makeup of that blood sausage. Wow. And it is like so ununiform. You know that it is handmade or homemade. Oh, Lee, bring yourself over here.
This is the flavor.
This is the way. She said, this is the flavor. We've all come to the right place today. Still just steaming. Lee. I'm gonna start to cry, actually. My emotions are already maxed. I'm so happy. That is the best eggplant I've ever had. You can actually, I've had this eggplant 4 days in a row. It's my favorite Chinese dish.
Even my sister knows.
This is the best, man. I'm so happy to be here. Not just the flavor, obviously, it's the whole experience, but when food can actually make you cry. Wow. This is awesome. I will not forget this place. And man, this sausage is outlandishly delicious.
Wow.
This is the first time that Lee's selections might be more healthy than my own. Yeah, maybe. That sausage is so fatty, but oh man, it's so good. The eggplant is... Can we order just as its own dish? It's probably so good because it's cooked as its own dish and then given the smoke of the clay pot. That bite might just look of average level tastiness, but let me assure you, it's not one mix. The Guilin rice, expertly cooked in the clay pot, and whatever they do to this eggplant, oh my gosh, it is amazing.
Oh my god. It's like water.
You don't need any teeth.
Yeah, this is the best. And now you say Guilin already is a Liuzhou accent. You say Guilin.
Oh, Guilin. Hey, thank you. I'm learning. Yeah, that is...
That's the best.
Because they fry it first and then heat it so powerfully with all that steam. It's like 99% liquid. Like Lee said, it's like water. It's like the eggplant fibers are the only thing holding it back from just like dissolving into the rice. It's one of the softest textures of food I've ever experienced. Yeah, the chopsticks just like can just smush it. The chopstick can just smush the whole eggplant. Look at that. Yeah, eggplant is one of my favorite foods. Meat or vegetable. Let's try the eggplant with the fatty pork. Wow, I think we need another clay pot, actually. There's no way I can put this into words, so I'm just giving a moment of silence for this dish.
The people who watch the video, their tail will come out from mouth.
That should be the title of this video. Top 3 restaurant in Guilin for sure, right here. And I don't even know the name. The name of the place is just the dish.
Yes, the name is just called 砂锅饭.
砂锅饭.
Oh, 城西砂锅饭. Chen is city. Xi is west. West city 砂锅饭.
Oh, okay. We are west of Guilin. Yeah.
Yeah, so they just west.
And without thinking, I moved on to the final part. Just by accident, I forgot. Yeah, I still haven't shown you this is Lee's favorite part of the clay pot.
Yeah,
That
is the best.
It's just perfectly crispy, just the outermost layer. It's so crispy.
Before we don't have money,
Yeah.
I eat this with my friend.
Yeah.
I let her eat on the top, and I said, leave the bottom for me.
That's so cute. Sharing one clay pot. Each person not just picking their favorite dishes on top and sharing them, but Lee saying that she wanted her friend to eat the soft rice from the middle and leave the edge. I understand though. It's here. Let me. Oh, that's so hot.
They're so chewy.
Big bite. I have been enjoying chopsticks during this trip. Many restaurants don't even have spoons, but for this dish, you just want those bites mixed together, the rice and the dish immediately mixed together. So spoon really works well for this. It is just a perfect dish. 砂锅饭. Amazing. 砂锅饭. Guo is fruit. Sha guo.
Guo is pot.
Working on my tones. Shui guo.
水果
Guo.
and this is
Guo. Okay. So the free sides over here got some sour ingredients. This one and this one. This is the radish. This one is cut radish with chilies. This one is just pickled radish. Steamed, just simply, by themselves. Cabbage, bean sprouts, and then that, had to get a lot of that. I love pumpkin, and I know southern China eats a lot of pumpkin, of winter melon, a lot of gourds. Bitter gourd, also we've had a lot, but I haven't seen just simply like pure pumpkin like that. I also love how unsweet Chinese food is, but so satisfying. If anything, they'll put a little bit of salt. I think that it might just be enough oil to cook it without it sticking to the pan, and then just enough salt, just enough that you just have that extra umami. I mean, that is almost just pure steamed pumpkin. So many dishes like that. I mean, there is nothing sweet in this, but it's so satisfying. I love that. That also, way switching gears here, just by the way, that's also why dental health here can be quite high until later ages, because there is so little sugar in the food. And I've had a talk about a friend who is a dentist, by the way. We both were kind of fascinated with it. Anyways, yeah, just back to the action. Okay, side dish aside, let's move to the second pot. So Lee said the tofu niang, stuffed tofu, is the highlight. Oh yeah, I love it. Just still steaming. Just when I move it off the rice, it's still steaming so much. So this is deep fried tofu, fuzhu. But this one is like it's like a cube of tofu. And I've eaten this before. Lee has made the stuffed one before, just a few times. It's very time consuming, so you gotta appreciate that small size actually stuffing it. So in there it's onions, garlic, fatty pork, minced pork. Thank you, Lee, for letting me have this first. Oh man.
This one is pure meat. The one I like to put some sticky rice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I wondered why it was like double the richness. Yeah, because it's double the meat content. Just fat, meat, garlic, and the white part of the green onions in that. So it just like texture.
They put all meat is more easy to steam. The sticky rice you need to steam longer.
That makes sense. Oh my gosh. Lee, you made a great choice. So those are the two. Oh, I see a bone.
GuangXi, we really like Yunnan. I always order Yunnan.
Yu. We've had a few fish on this trip. But the small salted fish, gan, is how Lee likes to eat it. This is how they are the. Can I think to chew through the bones, or you're gonna have to spit out some bones, or you check?
Let your mouth to check.
Really rich flavor. It's because it's salted fish. I mean, so it's. I can see them, but actually chewing, there's no discomfort. The bones are so soft. That's weird. Like I'm only spitting them out because I've seen them. But actually chewing them, there was no pain from any of the bones. I just swallowed just totally fine. Interesting. It's delicious. Wow. This is just some clean, deep fried tofu. Last night, oh man, we had the opposite. We had deep fried tofu just drenched in drunk goose juice. It's kind of cool that rhymes. Drunk goose juice. The drunken goose last night, we filled it also with this. So this morning, it's kind of cool. We're having just the fuju on its own. Another life-changing ingredient, or what do you want to say, dish, snack. I fell in love with fuju the first time I came to China. Tofu pi is what is the general name, but here in the south they call it fuju. Big bite for Lee. Lee, I feel like this style of food is rapidly ascending my list of all-time world's best foods. The simplicity of the cooking style, the flavor opportunities that it allows, the fact that it starts so simply, but you can have so many masterful flavors, especially when they pre-cook some of the dishes and then you can add them. It's just limitless potential, but at the base, it's so solid already. I think this is rising my list of world favorite dishes.
Local and Michael are so different. Because you put on the different thing, the dish made the rice different flavor.
That's actually true.
Because yours had the eggplant made so many juice, and mine just all dry.
That's so true. This is much more dry. Yeah. My dish was like gushing with flavor. This one is like all very rich individual ingredients, but they're almost so rich that you need the rice to eat with them because they're like, well, dried or deep fried.
所以你要多煮10分钟差不多。
Guangdong they put the raw in. Here is cooked. We in Guangxi we cook already and then put it in.
好的，反正两广啊，广西、广东啊。
BaoZaiFan, Guangdong, GuangXi. So this is our style.
Okay.
Guangdong they put the raw in. We just cook ready and then also flavorful. I mean, they both very flavorful. But this is just like even more fast.
这个锅是用那泥烧的呀，泥巴。泥巴做的。
This just use the yellow color to make it.
哇。
煮一锅大概要10分钟呢。
糖水到煮熟15分钟左右。
From put the water until ready, 15 minutes.
Okay. This is our last day in this province. Next up, we have beautiful things to look forward to for sure, but I'm almost sad that we only discovered this on the last day. It's like a parting gift of Guilin to remind us. Immediately when you come back next trip, we've got you sorted, and there's even more to look forward to as well. So in that way, okay, it's beautiful. I'll take it. Maybe it's because if we had found this place on our first day, I would have wanted to come here for breakfast all 7 days. So maybe it is the total and right thing that we found this on our last day. So whatever dish you choose, the best bite of the pot is going to be some of the rice from the middle, so soft, so aromatic, and then some of that little crispy rice from the edge of the pot, and then your favorite dish, probably going to be something fatty, rich like that, soft because of how they cook it. Man, it's just like every bite melts in your mouth type meal. You're just fully focused, just living in the moment until the last bite. That is a perfect recipe, for sure. Cheers. 砂锅饭. Cheers. Wow. 好好吃。哪个国家的？哪个国家的？
哪个国家的？
美国。He said. So 2 guys just walking by the restaurant. They saw me holding the camera. They just stopped. They're just looking, smiling. What is this guy doing? And then they just say in Chinese, I don't know if he was even talking to me. He just says, hey, that one, what country? He didn't even say you, what country? He just said that one, what country? But so far, even a question like that, if you keep your own self in good humor, good spirits, I have not detected the slightest bit of aggression. It's just, that's how upfront Chinese culture is. So at first, my first visit, 5 years ago, I was like, Lee, wow, people are rude. And she's like, no, well, whatever, people are people. And I've learned for myself, yes, you're totally right. People are people. And if you keep yourself in a positive mindset, ready to accept things of all shapes and colors and sizes, you will have a great time and you will be well received. I am way out at the limits here. No, we're not in an uninhabited region. We are in a very habited region. So ticking all the boxes except that one. We're not like out in the steppes, you know. But for being in a town, we are way out there. I have not seen a single other foreigner in this town for the whole week. So, yeah, and I shouldn't expect to. Lee said, where we went to visit her family, she said, I guarantee you are the first foreigner to ever visit this. And that's pretty cool.
First one they ever see besides the TV.
Not even that. First one that so whether or not she's exactly true, maybe they've seen another foreigner if they ever visited a downtown area or something. But just take that to mean on a trip to China, as a guest, as a foreign tourist, you are in a great place of opportunity. But I will also say a great place of responsibility, because don't forget, you are sort of an ambassador. If you don't feel like you need to show off things of your own culture, I can say be an ambassador of the things that you believe in and the things that you hold to be true and important and right. And for me, I believe that keeping up a vibe of positivity and acceptance, welcome, and love towards everyone. When I do my best to act like that, I've had nothing but the best experiences here in China. So I will say, after now 5 trips, I am so in love with China. Do not need to worry about the bigger picture type stuff that is happening in the world, especially not what the media wants you to believe. I will tell you, just on the ground, walking around on the streets, you will have a great time. It just might not be the most polite at times, but it will be fun and it will be real. People are people, and people are beautiful. And so is 砂锅饭. I saw one of the comments said Lee needs to have her own microphone so that Joel doesn't need to re-say or re-translate what Lee just translated.
I don't mind.
I don't mind. Oh, thank you.
More work for Joe. I'm happy. Joe learned Chinese and Guilin at the same time.
Oh.
So when he speaks Chinese, he will mix with Guilin. We are here in Guilin, have 砂锅饭. Guilin. And somehow Joe already understand when I speak Guilin.
Yeah. Maybe that can just show how well we know each other, or how well a husband can know a wife, or wife know a husband. We don't actually need to understand.
Husband knows nothing about wife, okay?
Oh my gosh.
You want to know about your wife?
That's one that I'm going to remember besides this video.
Ladies' hand is like a needle in the ocean.
You're in a good mood. You're just full of wisdom.
That is a Chinese saying.
You are.
Reading you are not.
You're,
Conversation is.
right now, you're like the person without a face. You're just full of ancient wisdom, and you just have a shadow. You're just a silhouette. Each line is like something to think about for the whole day, but I can't even see who you are. Okay, thank you for your wise sayings. I'm gonna get back to this dish. She says, I'm beating you. That's what I'm doing. Get back to work.
Yeah, I'm almost finished.
要一个，要两个。回家，大包回家，两个。茄子。Do you want the same one that I had? 木耳吗？木耳。特别好吃，特别好吃哦。
吃的习惯啊，吃习惯吗？
喜欢。哇。Oh yeah, I know one more thing. 加油。明年见。Yeah. 我们在泰国，我们工作在泰国。
在泰国啊。
明天回家。
回家了。
明年见。但是他姐姐在临柜。Oh, thank you. First conversation where Lee did not need to help save me from horrible confusion after 8 years of having a Chinese partner. Finally making progress.
You even can speak 桂柳话吗？我吃的辣。
我吃的辣。
我踩单车。
我踩单车。我可踩单车。So happy. I don't need to keep talking. The dish is perfect as it is. We are very fortunate to have found this place. Perfect timing, perfect day for it. Man. So, everyone, next up is Kunming, which is in Yunnan province. Yunnan is next to GuangXi. We started the trip in Guangdong. Guangdong is right on the water. GuangXi, you can see still eating some seafoods, but also eating some things from the rivers and the rice fields. There's all these cool mountains around here. The geology is very special. Then over to Yunnan. Yunnan is right up against the edge of the huge plateau that continues all the way into Central Asia. This is where China starts to get just incredibly diverse. So around here, there is a lot of diversity for sure, and it's ancient as well. But it's not as obvious. Like if you don't speak Chinese, if you've never been here, you might just think, wow, it's all exotic, it's all beautiful. There's a lot of diversity here, but it's not so obvious. Once we get over to Yunnan, you'll see kind of what I'm talking about. Just stark differences. The land starts to change. We are up at elevation. Kunming is at 2,000 meters, so that's over 1 mile. Yeah, and then I'm gonna take another trip from there. We'll get to that later, but yeah, the next place we are going is Kunming. I hope you have loved spending time with us here in GuangXi. This is Lee's home province. We are about 180 kilometers from her hometown. Here, we've been hanging out in Lingui today. I hope you have loved the magic of this spectacular street food. Have a great day. See you for the next adventure very, very soon. Much love.